Run it back when I told it right. I'll be back, make another ride. Ultra, ultra, ultra fast. I ain't with the boulder dash. Run it back, the running back. Face back with the shoulder pads.
Run it back, watch your back. You think I want it cream, but I like it black. About the act, and run it back, and you see how I act. Nothing I lack. Feel it like a fatal heart attack. I'd die for that. I ain't stressed about it. I think less without it. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key. Running back, let me have it back. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key.
Yes, like that, like that, like that. Solo might be right.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Purdy now to throw. Finds Gibbs on the check down. Spins away. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll go again with Gibbs. Muscles him off. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Purdy tosses out wide complete, and he is going to have the Lions first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. These two teams, they met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Next to receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
They'll roll him out right. Open man right side to St. Brown. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. They'll swing this out to Fournette. That one a first down pickup of 8. Well, the Vikings hit 0-12 now on the year, and they come in at the bottom of the NFL power rankings, and I'm going to sound mean, but it's pretty easy to understand why.
Well, you know, you're trying to be nice about it, and I get it, but you can't help but present it the way it is. Power rankings are numbers. They're also the eye test, what we're watching when we watch them play. They're just not playing very well. Defense giving up a ton of points, and that equals 0-12.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. A first carry for Leonard Fournette, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Back-to-back running plays putting him in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15? From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 9. You talk about this Lions defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. At that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down. They'll set up to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down. They go for it on 4th and 2, and it's a gain of 6. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard them.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Boy, every time I I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
Out of the gun now on third down. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him lug that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people might have thought about lateraling it there. No shot. Trying to take it the distance.
Gibbs on the toss left. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people. Put them on the ground.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On first down, it's Purdy. Right side to Williams. Fighting his way through contact. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, 26 yards. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back though and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah. Well.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Back to throw. And this is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sims. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Leonard Fournette with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash too.
And he's going to get his guys another first down. Back-to-back good runs to start the drive. This one 13 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll run with Gibbs. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Gibbs is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
On 1st down, Conley, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Conley. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 55 yards. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Purdy off the play fake. Rolling to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face. Now let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A shotgun give to Fournette. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's 2nd down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL. And it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the 2nd half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff and even better execution.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Fielded just inside the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they got the lead. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He may go. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 69 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Badgley on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Sims. So the completion good for just 3. 3rd and 7 now.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's got room to roam, and he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down. So signals the referee as they're going to convert by about a yard there on 4th and 5. Big conversion. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. but they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Conley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw now on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Quickly to Addison here. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Vikings! Leonard Fournette with career touchdown number 60. And the Vikings get a bit closer. They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Purdy now on 2nd down. Got his man. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
St. Brown in motion right. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Purdy. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Shotgun now with Purdy. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Up the middle they go. Conley, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. 75 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now a 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Conley. And this will be a Vikings 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
And now off to the races down the right side. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards on the ground. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Fournette is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Fournette again. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Leonard Fournette with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They'll look to throw. Pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Yeah, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Another run for Gibbs here. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Purdy now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. 2nd and 6. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On second down, Montgomery. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Montgomery on the counter, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Badgley's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Conley with a reception. Oh, and a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on